what's up again mga babagsak? So welcome again sa ating bagong video. At ang topic natin for today is about hypothesis testing about a population mean when the variance is unknown. Okay, so this topic presents complete procedures for testing the hypothesis or the claim about the mean or the population mean when the variance is unknown. This topic uses the components introduced in the previous sections for the critical value method and the p-value method. So assumption. So first, assume that the population follows a normal distribution. The appropriate test statistics for testing the claim about a population mean when the population variance is assumed to be unknown and n is less than 30 is t-test for a single mean. So, ito po yung ating t-test formula. So, we have t is equal to the sample mean minus the population mean divided by the sample standard deviation divided by the square root of our sample size. So for example, a history teacher claims that the average height of the Filipino males is 163 centimeters. Then a student taking up statistics randomly selects 20 Filipino males and measures their heights. Their heights in centimeter are shown in the next slide. Okay, so ito po yung ating mga height ng ating mga Filipino males. So, do the collected data presented sufficient evidence to indicate the average height of the Filipino males is different from 163 centimeters. So use 0.05 level of significance and assume that the population follows a normal distribution. So for our solution, so first the population mean is known. Okay, nabanggit na dito kanina yung ating population mean, yung ating claim. Yan. Okay. Then, the population size is less than 30. Okay, hence the most appropriate test statistics is the test or the t-test for a single mean. First thing we do is to determine the sample mean and the sample standard deviation. So, in determine the sample mean, kailangan muna natin gumawa ng ating table. Okay, so dinala ko dito sa Excel para mabilis tayo mag-compute. So, ang ginawa ko ay ini-line up ko yung ating mga mga heights. So, indicate ko yan na siya is X. Okay. So, first is hanapin muna natin yung mean. So, using the average function in our Excel. So, madali lang natin siya maka-compute. So, average of that. So, makukuha na natin ang ating mean. So, the mean is equal to 165. Next is gagawa ka ng column na yung ating X ay ima-minus natin sa mean ng ating sample. So, yan, minus the mean. Then we'll just put a string here or a dollar sign, sorry. Then we will just copy. Okay. Then yung formula lang ang i-copy natin. Okay. Next is we square the difference between the actual height and the mean or the sample mean. So ito, i-square natin siya. Then just copy the formula. Okay. Okay, next is Control J na pipindot ka. Okay, so good. Okay, next is isa-summation natin yan. Let's get the sum of that. Okay, so meron tayong 300 so 396. So next natin gagawin is hanapin na natin yung variance. So pag kinuha yung variance, so, itong summation na to, i-divide lang natin kung ilan lahat ng ating kung ilan silang lahat. Pero lagyan natin minus 1 para sa kanyang degrees. Okay. So ima-minus 1 natin. So yun ang kanyang formula. So 20 minus 1, of course 19. Pero ilalagay ko lang dyan. Okay. So we have 20.84. Then for our standard deviation, we need to get the square root of our variance. So using the square root function or SQRT function, so we will get 4.57. Okay. So ngayon meron na tayong mean. Okay, meron na tayong sample mean, meron na rin tayong sample standard deviation. So, ready na natin gamitin itong ating formula. Ito. Or, ready na natin gamitin yung steps na ginagawa natin dun sa when variance is known. So, pares din siya. So, let's move dito sa ating pag-drawingan or sa ating pagsosolvan. So, step A. Dito na lang. Okay, dito. Step A. So, we need to state the alternative hypothesis and the null hypothesis. So, first, the HO. So, yung HO natin, yung null hypothesis natin ay, ang sabi dito, yung ating claim, okay, yung ating claim na yung average height of a Filipino males is 163. So, ibig sabihin, our mu is equal to 163. Okay, ayusin ko yung sulat ko. 163. Ang hirap magsulat. Okay, ayan. Wala na, 163. Then, our HA naman, or the alternative hypothesis, okay, HA, alternative hypothesis mu is the mu is not equal to 163. Okay. Next, letter B. Letter B is we need to determine the level of significance to be used. So sabi dito, so we use 0.05 level of significance. So our alpha, our alpha, masyadong malaki yung alpha natin Okay, our alpha is now equal to 0.05. Okay, next, letter C. Letter C is we need gamitin na natin yung ating test statistics para malaman natin yung ating p-value. Okay, or hindi pa naman natin kukunin yung p-value, pero gamitin na natin yung test statistics natin at i-compare natin yun ngayon sa ating critical value. So, letter C. So, ang test statistics na gagamitin natin, yung appropriate daw dito, sabi, ay yung ating t-test. So, T, sulat muna natin formula. Lagi nyo isulat ang formula para hindi nyo nakakalimutan. Okay, T is equal to the x bar minus the mu divided by S, which is the sample standard deviation, divided by the square root of N. So, yung na-solve natin dito na sample mean kanina sa Excel ay 165. So, meron tayong 165 minus yung ating mu, which is 163. Okay, paano ng 3 ko 163 divided by the sample standard deviation. Ayun. Okay, so 4.57. Yan, point yan. Divided by the square root of 20. Kasi 20 yung ating n. Okay, so sabi dito, nag-test daw tayo or nag-select tayo ng 20 Filipino males. So, ibig sabihin, 20 lahat ng tinetest natin. 20 lahat yung pinagkuhanan natin ng data. Sorry. Okay, 20 yung ating sample size. So, yan. Let's compute. Okay. So, ay naman na. Ay, nagtampo na. Okay. Hintayin lang natin mag-loading. Nag-close na siya. So, kung nag-close, i-open ulit. Saan na yung calcu ko? Calcu. Where are you? Ayun. Medyo matampuhin tong calculator na to. Usap-usap sa mga dyan, sa mga Trigun. Mahilig sa Trigun. Kay Vash the Stampede. Okay. So, balik na tayo. So, we have 165 minus 163 divided by 4.57. Then, i-divide pa natin ito sa square root of 20. So, the result is 1.957. Okay, so we have 1.957 So, ito na ngayon yung ating yung result ng ating t-test. So, ngayon, sa D, or step D, so, we need to find the critical value. Pero, bago yon, para mahanap natin ng critical value, hanapin muna natin yung degrees of freedom since t-test ang ginamit natin. So, pag z-test ang ginamit natin, wala nang degrees of freedom yon. Okay, so our degrees of freedom or DF is equal to n minus 1, where n is the sample size. So 20 minus 1, so the degrees of freedom is 19. Okay, after that, mahanap mo ang degrees of freedom, pumunta ka dito sa iyong table. Okay, dito sa table of t-test or t critical values. Okay, so under that, pumunta ka dito sa two-tailed test. Okay, then pumunta ka ng 0.05 kasi 0.05 yung ating level of significance. Then, pababa ka hanggang mag-19. Okay. So, hanggang mag-19 kasi 19 ang ating degrees of freedom. So, for this example, so ang ating critical value, degrees of freedom 19 is equal to ito. Okay. We have saan yung kon ko? Okay. We have 2.093. So, 2.093 ang ating critical value. So, isulat natin dito. R okay, so RCF nababaliw na. Oy, 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 mga toy, mga to. Okay. So, ang ating CF ay equal sa 0.93. 2.093. Okay. So, ngayon, yung 2.093 na yan, kailangan nating i-plot ngayon sa ating normal curve. Then, i-compare natin itong ating nakuha, which is 1.957. Tingnan natin kung papasok siya ngayon sa ating rejection region or not. So, kunin natin itong ating napakagandang dito. Normal curve. Nag-ready na ako dito ng normal curve. Okay. Oops. Okay. So, ayan. Si normal curve. Okay, ayan si normal curve. Okay. So, ngayon, yung ating critical value which is 2.093 siya. Of course, kung tayo, two-tailed tayo, kaya this will be positive, negative. So, meron tayong isang tail dyan, which is nag-i-indicate sa negative. Okay, so lagay lang natin dito, negative. So, yan yung ating negative tail. Okay, then ito naman yung ating positive. Okay. So, ngayon, okay. So, ngayon, itong part na to, this is yung ating rejection region. Okay. Pag nag-fall dyan, yung ating T, or yung ating computed T, ibig sabihin we reject. Pero pag hindi dyan nag-fall ang ating computed T, ibig sabihin we do not reject or we fail to reject. Okay. Since ang na-compute natin kanina ay sa T natin ay 1.95, okay. Mas makapal kung 0.5. Okay. Nay. 0.5. Ayun. Okay. So, ang na-compute natin doon ay 1.957 ay hindi siya magpa-fall dito. So, alam naman natin na itong 1.957 ay mas maliit sa 2.093. Ibig sabihin, nandito siya. Okay? Ibig sabihin, we do not reject. Okay? We fail to reject kasi wala siya dito sa ating rejection region. Okay? So, since now we fail to reject our hypothesis or yung ating T, yung ating computed T ay na fail to reject. Okay, so dito sa letter E ngayon, okay, so we can conclude, nagkamit lang ako nito. Okay, so we conclude that conclude that there is no sufficient evidence that the average height of of Filipino Filipino males is different from, okay, tignan na lang natin dito yung ating magiging conclusion. So there is, okay, ito yan, there is no sufficient, okay, there is no sufficient evidence to indicate that the average heights of Filipino male is different from 163 centimeters. So, ganun lang maggawa ng decision. Tignan mo lang kung pumasok siya or hindi sa ating rejection region. So, on the next video is tuturo ko naman sa inyo kung paano gumawa ng decision using our p-value. So, ito kasi using the critical value or what CF ito? Critical value CV yan. Okay. CV ito, sorry. This is CV using the critical value method. Okay, natin gawin natin CV. Okay, so that's it, and see you on the next video.